Okay, guys. So obviously last week I came in here and we were struggling last week. We found out some bombshell news that Joe Biden decided to drop out of the race for president. And, at the time that I came here, everything had gone to hell. But then Joe Biden decided to make a power move the next day after he announced that he was dropping out of the race, and he chose to endorse Vice President Kamala Harris for the next president of the United States. This was a power move because if you remember last week, we talked about how there was a never Kamala conglomerate in the Congress who was starting to vie against her in the event that Joe Biden did drop out. Nancy Pelosi allegedly was one of the people in that group. So it's so funny because Nancy Pelosi essentially pulled off a coup. For those who have been paying attention, she basically got everybody to turn on Joe Biden, and she did it in the most graceful, quiet of ways. And it's so funny because Nancy Pelosi is 3 years older than Joe Biden. And she's running for re-election. It's the irony of it. But Joe said, guess what, Nance? Guess what, Buki? I got you. I got something for that ass. And he turned around in 24 hours and endorsed Kamala Harris. And y'all, when I tell you the excitement has been palpable, the momentum has been freaking insane since Joe Biden decided to do this. First of all, in the first 24 hours, the Harris campaign raised $81 million, y'all. $81 million. I believe in the first 24 hours, they also signed up something like 38,000 new volunteers, most of which were in that 18 to 34 age range bracket, which them young voters are a key conglomerate in the voting block. And then literally within 24 hours of her being endorsed by Joe Biden, 44,000 Black women got on a call run by Joteka Edie. They got on a call and they raised over 1.5, I think it's over 1.6 now, over $1.5 million during that phone call that went well into the wee hours of the night, y'all. Or should I say the morning? Guys, then, bolstered by Black women meeting together and raising that, mind you, 44,000 people on a Zoom call. Zoom capacity is at 1,000. They had to increase the capacity to be able to accommodate this amount of people on 44,000, y'all. And that's just the people on the Zoom call, the Black women on the Zoom call. Collectively on other streaming devices and other streaming places, it was, I think, 90,000 Black queens came together to raise $1.5 million. And bolstered by Black women's lead, Black men, the next night, they came in and they had their own Black Men for Kamala call, Zoom call, over 53,000 of them. 53,000 of them joined this Zoom call to say that they support Kamala, and they put their money where their mouth was and they raised $1.3 million. This is 48 hours after Kamala announced that she was going to be running and Joe Biden's endorsement. And then South Asians followed suit, Latinas followed suit, LGBTQ followed suit. They all came together, and not together, but together individually in their groups. And they all had Zoom calls with thousands and thousands of people. I believe the Latinas raised in their phone call $100,000 for Kamala. Y'all, I mean, it's been a wild week. And then came the white girls. The white girls came the fuck out, y'all. They put together a white women call supporting Kamala Harris, and they had 160,000 participants. 160,000 participants on the White Women for Harris call. And in 2 hours, they raised $2 million. By the end of the evening, it had bumped up to 8.5 million, and now it's up to $10 million. Go ahead, white girls. Go ahead, white girls. I am just so ecstatic. Next, we have the white dudes for Kamala coming up. They have their call coming up next. I can't wait to see what y'all do. I can't wait to see what the white dudes for Kamala do. I can't wait to see y'all put your money where the mouth is. Cause if the white girls raise 10 million, what y'all got? I can't wait to see it. Also, and this is a little bit anecdotal, but I think, this is, the areas where truth comes to light in these little anecdotal stories. The Villages in Florida, if anybody's familiar with the Villages in Florida, basically it's a retirement community that has, I think, over 100,000 people that live there. And they were infamous for the last election being so freaking pro-Trump. They had all kinds of Trump rallies. And then there was I think one person was a straight up neo-Nazi. There was some scandal going on. But they are known to be notoriously pro-Trump. I mean, this is a retirement community in Florida. Come on now. Well, they decided to throw their own support for Kamala Harris rally. They got together 500 golf carts and drove around the villages, promoting and campaigning for Kamala Harris. They were blasting Beyonce. Freedom, freedom. I mean, it has been incredible.